Now, when you import, you generally get a namespace, which is the name of the file with the colon here. Namespaces are not good, so we're going to go to Windows, General Editors, and we're going to go to the namespace editor. I think wouldn't be a bad idea to hit Control-Shift-Click, put that up here, maybe set it there, right-click, edit. I'm going to call it NemSP. Save all shelves. That's a little better name. So we're going to select, oh, and I didn't get rid of the namespace yet. Choose this, delete, merge with root. So now we've got naming convention we need. We're going to choose the IKFK custom rig character. Let's get to frame 1. Now let's go to the Mocap as the source. So there we go. And if let's put this at 0. Let's go to 172. So now if we play this, we've got the animation right here on this character. Now, we do have a few issues here. The most glaring issue is going to be that the feet are not on the ground. So why don't we just create polygon primitives plane, make sure that it axis in Y, create. Let's scale it, turn off the grid. Yeah, so we'll bake it out and then we'll set it on the plane. So if I bake from -1 to 174, then it's going to keep all that. So make sure you've got this set here. We're going to go to bake, and we're going to bake to the custom rig. And make sure that we're sampling by 1. So let's bake. Okay, so now we've got the, oh, and it didn't bake it at that. That's okay, we didn't really need the T-pose. Okay, so the motion is now baked. We can go to the hips and we can just get rid of that. So now, this is baked to a clip. We could edit it in clip mode. I think what I'm going to do here is bake to the scene and delete. So now it's in the graph editor. Now we can switch to curves. And now we can start editing the model or the animation. And we can do it surgically. Okay, so the way we're going to start is I'm going to grab the hips here, click on W, let's just go to translate Y. So we know that the hips is too high. So let's take this entire Y curve, get selected by selecting all the keys, or we could come in and just select part of the curve without the keys. I'm going to hold down and go to W, hold down Shift, middle mouse drag, and I'm going to move the hips down. Now I'm going to need to move, let's just do one at a time, translate Y. Now I'm going to need to move the feet down. Still not entirely on the ground there. Grab the other one. Now, if you go, you can overshoot it, and you don't want to do that. Okay, now I need to move the hips down just a little bit. Translate Y. Just so there's just a slight bend in the knees. Not a big one, just a slight bend. Just don't want it locked. Okay, so now I'm repositioned. And for whatever reason, that move that I made didn't work over here. I think that's because it's going between this and that. So let's try that again. Yeah, it's only, pardon me, I only set one key. At least I know where to go here. So let's grab these. Okay. All right, so now what do? We're just going to edit this so it looks good. Now, as you notice, there is a little bit of foot sliding on this foot here. So between here and there, there's foot sliding on the translation. So let's grab the translation, all three curves. And we like that one, so we're going to leave it. We're going to grab all these, and we are going to dispatch them. So there is a little bit of rotation, and we can decide if we want to delete that or not. And I think we can safely say, yeah, we'll get rid of it. Okay, foot's locked down. At least where it should be. Okay. The arms feel like they're squished in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, let's try using the clavicles. It's a common thing to do. Let's take the clavicle. We're going to rotate it in Z. So let's just take the Z and let's just rotate that up a little bit. Just square the shoulders a little. Same thing here, rotate Z. Then we can take the shoulder itself. Mocap animation does have a tendency to make the clavicles sink. As in sink kind of inward to the body. Okay, having done that, we're in a good place. I don't need the plane anymore. Oh, maybe I'll keep it, why not? File, save scene as. We would save this as, now this is working in IK, so we're going to call this, I'll just call it idle. Okay, NA. I could say idle just UE4. So I know exactly what it is. Now, so if I want to have a lot more power in editing the keys. So editing frame by frame, it's going to be difficult. Fortunately, we do have some cool tools in Maya. Let's come here, grab all of the curves. So if we go to curves, we can go to, let's resample the curve. I usually just do time range all. I usually use the default, so let's resample. Actually, I meant simplify curves. Let's simplify. Okay. Now, this is wonderful because now we have a lot less curves to deal with while we're editing. So I might, for instance, want to just lock the foot down here. So click on S, give it a key, and then let's just get rid of these. Yeah, so it's not going back and forth as much there. Okay. Another thing is the left arm seems to be swinging maybe a little too much. So I think I'm maybe just going to keep this one. Yeah, so I'm just going to take all these and delete them. Oh, okay. That was happening as much on the shoulder as it was. Okay. So I'll keep those. Maybe delete these and delete maybe those. And maybe come in and delete these. And I might want to take a stab. So I still have some kind of fluttering here. A couple things I could do. I could maybe just take this and if I go to scale, I could kind of just pick a point just to make this not quite as noisy. Or I could just delete keys, which is usually my preferred method. And I still have a little bit more noise happening over here between both of these. And so yeah, I'm probably going to want to delete more. Like I say, I like to maybe do every other one sometimes so that it's just not as wobbly. You want some noise for sure, because if you don't, it'll look like a robot. So, in a nutshell, that's pretty much how you would edit IK. I'm usually much more aggressive when I do it. Let's say if I just wanted to lift the leg up here. So I've got a key there. Then I could just come here. W. I could lift it up. Rotate it. Okay. Now that was really quick, so we'll have to take a peek at this again. Maybe you want to just hold it for a bit. Yeah, so I mean that's how we can edit motion capture. More surgically. Best way I really know how to describe it, I think. Now, say if I'm over here and over here, and so I'm going to save this. File, save, scene as. Let's go to IKFK or UE4 idle. Now let's call this idle underscore 01 because you always want to save sequentially. So you got to know where you're saving stuff, what it's named, because you get lost really quick if you don't. Now let's say if there's a point in the animation where the character bends down and the knees go haywire, and you will see this. So let's delete all this on either side so that, okay, so when you have something like this, you just fix the IK handle like that, and for the leg. And it's only going to take a little bit of work. It can be a little difficult. Now, if I were actually doing this, I'd probably slide the foot over, so maybe I'll just do that now. Okay, so now we have to select both of these as well. So we're going to maybe want to keep those keys from there, and let's delete these. Okay, now it's going to get wobbly at times. So it's a little bit of a fight. So here I'm going to need to move it and just put it back a little. Sometimes when you have these issues, you can come in, select these curves, spoiler filter, and that will help. In this case it didn't, but some of the stuff, I mean, it's a bit of a, it's a little problematic. So you sort of just need to coax it. So it looks like this kind of goes up to a point here. Whoops. So it's just going to take some editing, and if you get down like that, you know, just expect the IK to be a little more difficult. There are ways to fix the IK legs, and they aren't implemented in this rig, so, you know, just work with it the best you can. I hope that helps. Have a great day.